coming up on AgweekTV. Sugar beets are big in the Red River Valley, but a beet factory in Montana is closing its doors.
We're going to kick off National FFA Week by visiting the North Valley CTC in Grafton, North Dakota.
On the AgWeek Livestock Tour, we'll visit a North Dakota ranch that's moved its bull sale to an online timed auction.
A fourth-generation dairy in southeast Minnesota is going strong after more than 3/4 of a century. And a longtime North Dakota beef industry exec finds out she's Hall of Fame material. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Emily Beal. The growth of the beef industry over the last 40 to 50 years is nothing short of amazing, and it's been led by ranchers and Hall of Fame-worthy individuals like Nancy Jo Bateman. Bateman was the MC for this week's North Dakota Livestock Alliance Summit. She recently retired after a 38-year career as executive director of the North Dakota Beef Commission. A big part of her job was promoting beef and working with the Beef Checkoff. She was part of the very successful Beef, It's What's for Dinner campaign and helped promote the story of the Beef Belt, North Dakota to Texas, where 60% of the nation's cattle come from.
I think our beef industry has evolved amazingly and has answered that challenge. Today, well, back in the late 80s, we had, by USDA definitions and research, 6 cuts of beef that we could call lean. Today we've got close to 40. And that has happened because producers have looked at their genetics and they have bred cattle to be, high quality, choice cattle, but also less external fat.
Bateman, along with rancher Jerry Doan, will be inducted into the North Dakota Agricultural Hall of Fame on March 8th. In 2016, Doan's Blackleg Ranch was honored with the National Environmental Stewardship Award from the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. Sugar beet growers are making their voices heard in the 2023 Farm Bill. More than 250 from around the nation attended the recent American Sugar Beet Growers Association annual meeting in Washington, D.C. Nate Hallgren, ASGA board president and a Raymond, Minnesota farmer, says it's important that this farm bill doesn't take anything away from the sugar program already in place. Another important step is to provide more stability moving forward and asking for reinvestments into the industry, as the youngest factory in America is now 50 years old. America has seen 24 sugar factories close due to instability and lack of profits over the last 40 years.
We're always getting pressured to do more things sustainably, which on our farms we've always felt we've done in the factory. If those things are requiring environmental or energy changes, we'd be asking our government to provide dollars to do those changes.
Hallgren says he's confident the USDA understands the struggles the sugar industry is currently facing. The latest example of those struggles, American Crystal Sugar will no longer contract with growers who raise the crop for Sidney Sugars Incorporated in Montana, and plans to begin shuttering the factory in April. Steve Rosano, American Crystal Vice President, declined to answer AgWeek's questions about the closure, but said in a news release, due to an ongoing insufficient supply of sugar beets from local growers, it's become financially unsustainable to continue operating the nearly 100-year-old business. The Minnesota fertilizer fee could go up 25 cents on every ton of fertilizer sold as part of the budget request from Governor Tim Walz. Some farmers are wondering why the fee is needed when Minnesota is projected to have a budget surplus of $17.6 billion, especially when fertilizer prices are already volatile. In a budget presentation to the Minnesota House Committee on Ag Finance and Policy, Minnesota Department of Agriculture staff said the fee increase will generate about $750,000 a year to go into a fund dedicated to inspecting and permitted fertilizer storage sites. The current fee in Minnesota is 39 cents per ton, collected by the retailer. National FFA Week is later this month. Katie Pinky takes us to Grafton, North Dakota to get a look at how North Valley Career and Technology Center is growing FFA. It's our Ag Week cover story.
On a mission to grow the tradition, that's the motto in Molly Zaradka's classroom at the North Valley Career and Technology Center in Grafton, North Dakota.
It's really important that we start with
where
clean
today
hands.
they are preparing to incubate chicks for FFA week.
So what we have to do today is...
But Molly wasn't always involved in FFA or agriculture education at all. When she started in college for ag business at North Dakota State University, she realized there was something different about many of her classmates.
They were coming from all over the state, and they already knew each other through FFA, and I was jealous of that, both the knowledge and the opportunities that they got that were not necessarily afforded to me as a high schooler.
Given that she had grown up in ag and had worked in an after-school program, she said the switch to ag education was easy for her. Now Zaradka is one of 4 agriculture teachers at the North Valley CTC.
I strategically pick content that is going to apply to them without having to be a farmer. If we put these in...
One of those students, however, does plan on farming and will be the 6th generation farmer when he's running it. Samuel Green, the Grafton FFA president.
Farming is in my blood, basically. It started when I was a little kid. I would go with my dad in the combine during harvest, and he would let me drive up and down the field.
The CTC offers other programs along with agriculture education that can set up students for fulfilling careers without the time and expense of a 4-year degree, explains CTC Director Mike Hansen.
The goal is to make sure all these rural kids have the same opportunities as a kid in Fargo or Wahpeton or any of our larger districts. We have programs that would not be available in St. Thomas, for example, without having an area center and having all the kids build their enrollment.
They don't think about all of the stuff before and after the production part of agriculture. So I think showing them all of the different steps and kind of exposing them to a bunch of different industries will hopefully help fill that void.
Green also knows that he's getting more than just farming knowledge out of his experience in the CTC.
I learned how to run a meeting, how to talk in front of others, how to just be like a better leadership person.
With the success of the program, North Valley is actively searching for a 5th ag teacher to add to the Cavalier Satellite Center. And students like Green are always looking to add to the FFA team.
Don't be worried about what other people will think. Just try it.
What ag and FFA has to offer outside of the classroom is really where I can see kids deriving most of the benefit from.
There was a whole nother piece of these kids that they can find their niche in when they go to FFA.
From Grafton, North Dakota, this is Katie Pinky for AgWeek.
Okay, and then we're gonna...
For more on this story, check out AgWeek magazine or agweek.com. National FFA Week begins February 18th. Coming up on AgweekTV,
We'll visit a North Dakota ranch that's taken its production sale online.
The International Crop Expo is at Alaris Center, February 22nd and 23rd. This is the region's best agriculture show of the year, packed full of the latest equipment and innovations. Take this opportunity to explore all areas of the agriculture world. Visit with ag professionals on hand and discuss the newest techniques and strategies in farming and much more. February 22nd and 23rd at Alaris Center is the International Crop Expo. Admission is free.
Farming is more than just work. It's your way of life. Protecting your family's legacy is our way of life. Through challenges and successes, we understand your family's insurance needs. With every turn of the wheel, for every investment, through every season, generation after generation, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
Is your crop insurance working for you? Are you using your crop insurance to help market your production? There have been a lot of improvements to crop insurance to help maximize guarantees. To see what crop insurance can really do for you, call the professionals at Martinson Ag. Each of our insurance specialists have over 25 years of individual experience in the crop insurance industry, both on the company level and the producer level. Martinson Ag, they know risk management.
Every season has an end. After spending your whole life building something, it can be hard to move on to your next stage in life. But when that time comes, you deserve to have someone you trust guide you through the process. And by trusting us to pass on your legacy, it gives someone else the chance to create their own. Every auction has a story. Let us share yours.
The AgWeek Livestock Tour is sponsored by Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, 701X Autonomous Rancher, and Stockman's Livestock Exchange.
This week, our AgWeek Livestock Tour takes us to western North Dakota, where we visit a ranch that's taking a new approach to their annual sale. Jenny Schlecht has more from Richardton.
We kind of try to raise an all-around product with our Red Angus.
Forster Red Angus Ranch has been in the Red Angus business for over 55 years. But this year, they're trying something different with an all-online sale.
We thought it would be more convenient and stress less for the buyer and for us actually as the seller. We don't have to haul the bulls to a sale barn and back because we tend to injure some of them doing that.
Unpredictable winter weather also played a factor in going online for their auction. But Forster Red Angus has a long history of being willing to change. In 2004, they moved to a late calving date after a tough season had every calf going into the warmer box.
We have way less calving issues, healthier calves just for being out on the pasture. Basically, come fall time, it's kind of survival of the fittest who comes in the fall. And we believe that'll give a lot tougher, longer lasting breeding bull for our clients.
Forster says reaction to moving his sale online has been way better than expected, with many customers excited about the flexibility it offers. The online sale will run for 6 days, starting February 14th. All 85 coming 2-year-old bull lots will close on the final day.
And so they'll be able to pick their time where it works in their schedule to come and look at the bulls, and then they can go back home and place a bid on them.
Sale day can be stressful for buyers and sellers. Forster Red Angus is hoping that its new online timed auction will be a win-win for both sides. In Richardton, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht for AgWeek.
Our livestock tour continues in southeast Minnesota in the Rochester area. Kevin Borst, his brother, dad, and uncle are all a part of Borst Family Dairy, which has been around since 1946. They milk around 230 Holsteins and also have a small feedlot where they finish steers. They also utilize robotic technology to make things easier.
We just have a robotic feed pusher that pushes up the feed. So that's been good for the cows because overnight, nobody's here from like 8 p.m. to 4 in the morning. Then the robot will push up feed every hour. So there's always close and easy for them to get at.
Borst Dairy also breeds some of their Holsteins to Wagyu. Then they sell quarters, halves, and cuts directly to consumers and have gotten good feedback on the tenderness and the marbling of the meat. Being an organic operation doesn't only mean different practices when raising crops and plants. There are also challenges when it comes to raising livestock organically. Jill Salmon spoke at the topic at a recent Sustainable Ag Conference in Fargo. Salmon and her husband milk about 100 cows on an organic dairy in Minnesota. That means no antibiotics or many other treatments livestock operations would use. So she says prevention is of the utmost importance.
The biggest thing as far as treating disease and illness is prevention. So instead of being able to just, give a shot, well, there's a little bit more effort on my part. So preventing it saves me a lot of time, a lot of headaches, and maybe even a few bruises.
Salmon says other basics of prevention include high-quality feed, cleanliness, and using common sense. Up next on AgweekTV, I sit down with the new director of NDSU's Center for Ag Policy and Trade.
DynaFlow is the ultimate high-volume water management pump. Whether you're experiencing flooding, emptying sloughs, transferring ponds, or working on irrigation, the DynaFlow pump works in as little as 18 inches of water and is designed to move 3,000 gallons per minute. The DynaFlow lift pump is the perfect upgrade to your drain tile system. Using line shaft turbine pump technology, these pumps are made to last while operating efficiently. DynaFlow drain tile pumps can move up to 1,500 gallons per minute, up to 3,400 feet away.
Don't miss out on the equipment you'll need next season. Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer, has early order discounts on its full line of powerful, efficient, new Case IH equipment, including tractors, combines, and self-propelled sprayers. Get a great deal and ensure that you have the latest in productivity and technology. Supply chains are tight. Contact your Titan Machinery dealership today and find out how much you can save by ordering ahead. Titan Machinery, your local Case IH equipment experts.
Since the inception of Vaterstadt, the spirit of innovation has led the company. We push the limits, providing innovative and reliable seeding and tillage solutions that simplify everyday life for farmers. We continue to reimagine the capabilities and technology behind farm machinery, providing customers with a perfect emergence while maximizing their yields. We look forward to growing together.
I'm Peter Bosch. I've been working with Gateway Building Systems for a little over 20 years now. I chose Gateway Building Systems to build my shop because I wanted a building that could both be used for my equipment and as a place for my family to hang out and do things. I would advise anybody that's thinking about working with Gateway to go in and talk to the guys there, tell them your plans and your future dreams, and let them design something for you.
The team at North Star Ag is committed to quality and committed to you. We're not just a full-service dealer, we're farmers too, so we know you need the best machinery and services that'll keep you going all season long. We have the largest equipment inventory in the upper Midwest with a well-equipped parts and service department. So whether you need machinery tomorrow or parts today, stop in and experience what North Star Ag can offer on our website at northstar-ag.com or give us a call at 701-361-4790.
The AgriWeather Outlook is sponsored by Excalia Fungicide from Valent USA.
How long can the region expect this warmer weather to last? Here's John with our AgriWeather Outlook.
A couple of significant changes going on in the weather patterns around the world, which will impact weather of the central and eastern United States agriculturally and otherwise. Cold weather is returning to the northern plains, Great Lakes, but not nearly so cold as the Arctic outbreaks that happened late January, early February, or more specifically, the really severe cold snap back in December. It's just not looking like that, but it does look like we'll get a little bit colder weather again. Midwest, last week I was talking about how the Midwest, many areas of the Corn Belt had begun to become fairly dry. Well, there will be 2 or 3 weather systems that probably won't be all-encompassing, but will bring some good moisture, and I say moisture because these are coming in the form of rain and snow, because it's fairly mild. The coldest weather anomaly that is relative to average the next couple of weeks will be out in the Rockies and the far west, Pacific Northwest, California. Maybe in some areas cold enough to have some impacts on some of those southwestern crops, as it will be turning fairly cold. Jet stream kind of split right now this week and weak. So we're not seeing a strong jet stream. It's a very strong jet over on the other side of the world. But that's one of the reasons why the frigid weather is going to stay locked up. Fairly mild weather coming up into the northern plains early in the week will gradually be replaced by colder weather. And there are some signs that around midweek, this particular configuration will produce a storm system coming out, probably affecting areas of the Midwest, south and east of the Dakotas more severely. But there could be a significant snowstorm in that area, or rain to snow, that sort of thing. And that will probably draw down at least a couple of days of relatively cold weather into some parts of the western Great Lakes and northern plains, but it doesn't look like a long-lasting thing. But look at the cold weather expanding over the west. Split jet stream, but the strongest one will begin to take on that southern jet stream pattern, and that's going to pull some not frigid weather, but some pretty unseasonably cool weather into much of the southwest. And there will be breaks from time to time in that, but generally speaking, the mid and latter parts of February will bring some colder than average temperatures to many areas of the western parts of the United States. As far as precipitation goes, this first week, probably rain and thunderstorms transitioning into snow for the Midwest. The one storm in particular coming out about the middle of the week, I think, could generate some fairly significant moisture. And there will be Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies will be getting some. Mostly snow, as it will be colder air. And the same thing for the second week. This is going to be cold enough for snow. If there's any snow in the northern plains, it looks pretty dry. Eastern seaboard weather pattern beginning to dry up just a little bit with a little snow in the eastern lakes.
Omega-3 is a long-chain fatty acid that is beneficial in the human body. It's a superfood, basically. I mean, omega-3 canola has helped us by diversifying our crop rotations.
Plants look better, they're taller, they're thicker. Pod development seems to be better. Good for soil health, good for weed control. The glufosinate it's awesome.
Since the inception of Väderstad, the spirit of innovation has led the company. We push the limits, providing innovative and reliable seeding and tillage solutions that simplify everyday life for farmers. We continue to reimagine the capabilities and technology behind farm machinery, providing customers with a perfect emergence while maximizing their yields. We look forward to growing together.
Don't miss out on the equipment you'll need next season. Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer, has early order discounts on its full line of powerful, efficient, new Case IH equipment, including tractors, combines, and self-propelled sprayers. Get a great deal and ensure that you have the latest in productivity and technology. Supply chains are tight. Contact your Titan Machinery dealership today and find out how much you can save by ordering ahead. Titan Machinery, your local Case IH equipment experts.
Small or large, Superior Grain Equipment has a storage solution for you with a wide variety of bin options and accessories, along with site planning and superior customer service. Plus, from top to bottom, we offer the industry's best bins and warranties to protect your products and your grain storage investment. Get superior quality, protection, and reliability with generations of experience and dependability. Make the superior choice today with Superior Grain Equipment.
For AgWeek, this is Mikkel Pates at Watertown, South Dakota.
We'll look at the positive impacts that dairy can have on the community.
A Minnesota couple has put a grain bin to a new use. Spoiler alert, it's not grain.
This elaborate system of tubing with the downhill slope is how Maplewood State Park gathers sap to make syrup.
Thanks for watching AgWeek TV. Remember, for all your ag news, go to agweek.com and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Ag policy and international markets are always an important topic to cover. Joining me now to discuss those is Sandro Steinbach, Director of the Center of Ag Policy and Trade Studies at NDSU. So Sandro, tell me about your new role within NDSU.
At the Center for Agriculture Policy and Trade Studies, I'm responsible for research and education in the area of international trade, as well as ag policy and farm business activities. And in this role, I'm working together with commodity boards, as well as farmers and producers, as well as ranchers in the northern Great Plains to resolve and work on issues related to ag policy and trade.
So what do you hope to accomplish during your time at the center?
That center hadn't been operating for a couple of years, actually. So now it's a stage, actually, for us to revamp the center and think about what are the priorities, actually, particularly when it comes to North Dakota. So I'm engaging right now with different stakeholders, being at commodity boards in North Dakota and industry partners to see what is the vision that they want us to jointly implement. Because I think it's important to actually engage with stakeholders and carefully define what are the priorities over the next 5 to 10 years. What I envisioned the center myself to be, actually, I wanted to provide sound economic analysis, actually, to to different stakeholders in the state when they want to learn more about questions related, for instance, how important the ag industry actually is, right? How we understand changes to federal but also state policies and the implications of these changes actually. And the goal here is obviously that we have the center contribute to a better understanding of how policies are functioning and thereby contribute to increasing farm incomes actually in the state.
Sandra Steinbach, thank you for your insight today. Still ahead on our show, we'll visit with the Little Eye Queen as NDSU's Saddle and Sirloin Club has its big livestock show this weekend.
Attention farmers and ranchers. Do you have a clear understanding of carbon? North Dakota Farmers Union is hosting the Evolution Ag Summit, a one-day event focused on helping farmers and ranchers understand how carbon reduction may impact their operation. Speakers will focus on supply chain commitments, renewable fuels, and carbon sequestration. Join us in Jamestown on February 21st. To register, go to ndfu.org and click on Evolution Ag.
I'm Peter Bosch. I've been working with Gateway Building Systems for a little over 20 years now. I chose Gateway Building Systems to build my shop because I wanted a building that could both be used for my equipment and as a place for my family to hang out and do things. I would advise anybody that's thinking about working with Gateway to go in and talk to the guys there, tell them your plans and your future dreams, and let them design something for you.
The team at North Star Ag is committed to quality and committed to you. We're not just a full-service dealer, we're farmers too, so we know you need the best machinery and services that'll keep you going all season long. We have the largest equipment inventory in the upper Midwest with a well-equipped parts and service department. So whether you need machinery tomorrow or parts today, stop in and experience what North Star Ag can offer on our website at northstar-ag.com or give us a call at 701-361-4790.
Dynaflow is the ultimate high-volume water management pump. Whether you're experiencing flooding, emptying sloughs, transferring ponds, or working on irrigation, the Dynaflow pump works in as little as 18 inches of water and is designed to move 3,000 gallons per minute. The Dynaflow lift pump is the perfect upgrade to your drain tile system. Using line shaft turbine pump technology, these pumps are made to last while operating efficiently. Dynaflow drain tile pumps can move up to 1,500 gallons per minute up to 3,400 feet away.
Omega-3 is a long-chain fatty acid that is beneficial in the human body. It's a superfood, basically. Omega-3 canola has helped us by diversifying our crop rotations.
Plants look better, they're taller, they're thicker. Pod development seems to be better. Good for soil health, good for weed control. The glufosinate it's awesome.
North Dakota State University Saddle and Sirloin Club is hosting its 97th Little International this weekend. Little Eye gives students a chance to participate in showmanship classes with a variety of animals. This year's Little Eye Queen is Kylie Hildry. Hildry grew up on a ranch in Velva, North Dakota, and is a senior studying nursing. Hildry has been an active member of the Saddle and Sirloin Club since she was a freshman and always knew she wanted to run for Little Eye Queen.
This was definitely something that I knew that I could really show a passion for, as well as just, keeping the younger kids involved and really just helping everybody be the best that they can be.
This is the first year that Little Eye will have a class of goats as part of their show. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and an AgWeek magazine this week. A Minnesota general store, New Life, is an example of people moving into rural areas. And the courts want the Environmental Protection Agency to do a better job on matters related to the Endangered Species Act. We appreciate you watching AgweekTV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.